Hello everyone, I'm Kwanzi from Andromeda and we're here today to talk about Andromeda's next game against Svarta. Sadly, no one at Svarta could accept the invitation to talk to us. Maybe next time. Luckily, my colleague Slartibartfass saved the day and agreed to answer some questions. Hey Slarti.
Hey ho.
Ready for our next game?
Yeah, of course.
Well, before we get to that, maybe we should try to get to know you a little bit better. So last month you created a manager character employed at For Fun team in Sweden 2A. How big is the gap between Sweden 1A and 2A?
Oh wow. Yeah, Sweden 2A is a big league, in fact. One of the top 10 leagues, I think.
Yeah, it's the first. Oh, 2A.
2A.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But there are some strong teams there. But I think they all will play against relegation if they get up.
Oh.
And
What about the way they play? Do they play smart like Sweden 1A or?
yeah, actually some teams have many players. Also, oh yeah.
Oh.
Second slot characters from the first division around.
Yeah, rumors.
So the style of playing is quite the same.
Well, yeah, rumors say some teams in Sweden 2A don't want to promote to 1A just because they have so many characters in both leagues.
Yeah, it might be a problem, especially Black Phantoms and Valhalla.
Yeah. Well, you also have a side midfielder and a central forward character, both playing in Portugal. How are those leagues compared to Sweden 1A?
Oh, Portugal is a weird league. In general, most characters focus on speed and low passing there.
Whoa.
And actually, it's a nice way to play. It looks good. But players are weird, as I said. So
Weird
last
how?
time we lost a player because we played too much high passes.
Oh.
And he said, "Oh, I cannot stand this. I leave."
Yeah, you're right. They seem weird.
There's much movement between teams,
Oh.
and you only need one bad event, and 3 of your 4 players leave.
Oh. Well, that sounds weird, but maybe they'll stabilize anytime soon and it's gonna be different.
Yeah, I just think there are a lot of little Ronaldos, and I smile about that. Yeah, but not many really good characters like in Sweden. They lack
Oh.
receiving skills and fighting skills.
Very few leagues have players like Sweden, so...
Yeah, of course.
Well, I was wondering, why did you pick side defender for your first character?
Oh, actually, I started as a DCM.
Oh.
But the player that got me into Fit told me that I might have better chances to find a team if I create a defender.
Oh.
And so I thought DCM and side defender is almost the same, because modern football, side defenders also have a role in playmaking.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and I created a side defender then.
Well, Manik Falting, what? Oh, I'm sorry, I cannot say that name. You're
Manik Faltik.
Faltic, okay. Played for a lot of teams like AC Pilon, Red Army, Phantoms FC, Viking IF, Juventus Gents, and some others. Why did you leave all those teams?
No one can see me blushing now. Yeah, well, I started in Juventus Ghent. It was my first team and it was a great atmosphere there. But they actually had awful salaries.
Oh.
And in the off-season I got an offer from Sweden. They offered me incredible 70k. So I talked to my coach and said, hey, I would stay if you raised me to about 50k.
Mm-hmm.
But he said, okay, you might earn 35k at the end of next season.
Oh.
Okay, I said, oh well, I go. Yeah, well, and then I was in this Sweden team. It was actually a beginner team, and we got a lot of money, but no players, and it raised, became a good team. Uh, but the coach had to go on night shifts, and couldn't care much about the team, and I had to do most of the job, because I was assistant manager and team captain. So I did a lot of scouting and talking to potential players, and it really was a lot, and I was really finished with it after a time, and decided to leave for something new. Yeah, my time in England, I think that would take too long. I just say that I didn't find what I was searching for. And I finally saw the Andromeda ad on the forum, talked to a friend, and found myself in another galaxy soon after.
Well, you have your main character at Andromeda for almost 4 months now. That's not very long compared to other Andromeda players, and yet you stayed when the team was in trouble. How come you stayed?
Actually, it's my longest stay in a team. Yeah, we have a nice team, nice players.
Well,
Yeah?
yeah, but why did you stay when so many people left and the team was in trouble?
Yeah, as I said, nice players, nice team. We have fun on IRC, and I like to play in Sweden. And
We all do.
always moving isn't the solution. So I try to stick there and helped the team in scouting players, and yeah, it went out good.
I hear you a lot better now. Now, I have to ask you something that's in everyone's minds probably, since Tricky revealed this rumor and we all have to know the truth. Maybe you can clear this up. Is Kano gay?
Please? I beg your pardon, didn't understand it right.
Well, everyone has a question for you. Is Kano gay?
Oh my. He's actually dedicated to Camorra, and I want to spend my next holiday on Sardinia, so... No, he isn't, of course, he's not.
Now you have no choice but to say that.
Yeah.
So save your honor. Well, let's get back a little bit on track to our next game. Do you have any ex-teammates at Svarta? Or maybe old enemies, if I may call them that, or something?
Yeah, I have some former Viking players there. It's Pelle Oscar and Andres Henke. But Henke is the ACM.
So was it a bad breakup? Do you want to kick their ass, or just a friendly game against them?
Oh, I think it's a friendly game.
Okay. What do you think their weaknesses are?
Well, not really much. Maybe I could say their place in the table doesn't reflect their total transfer value. So they might have some tension in the locker room. And they cannot afford to lose and might get some panic if we got on the winning road. But they are great individual players, and of course they are the favorite.
Wow, that's a good point of view. What about strong points in their team?
Yeah, well, most of the team is long time together. They have great skills. I think some of the biggest characters in Sweden, like Drexel and Bruce Slibowitz.
Well, how do you expect the game to play out in general?
Yeah, well, I expect a lot of action for our defense. But I hope we can make them mad. Yeah, maybe we could launch some counters, and hopefully we can score.
Well, I hope so too. What do you think the Sorry.
Yeah, no. I think it's just leading to your next question.
Yeah, the final result, right?
Yeah. I think a draw would be a good result for both.
For both? Do you think they will be happy with it?
No, yeah, in fact, it would be lucky for us if we could draw.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we will play a good game and maybe they will say later it was a good result.
Oh, let's hope so. Well, is there anything you'd like to add before we end this?
Oh, not really.
Okay then, thank you very much for your time, Slarti.
Yeah, thank you too.
Thank everyone for listening. See you next time. But before we go, here's a message from Andromeda's smallest supporter. Bye bye.
Hasta la vista, Svarta.